At this rate, the whole NFL needs to be on watch because Ben Johnson may have just found his next Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, in case you missed it, and in case you can't even comprehend why I just said what I said, here is Luther Burden addressing the media after his first day at rookie minicamp.
There a couple weeks ago after you were picked on day 2 instead of day 1. Is that something that you leave behind on draft weekend, or is that something you're carrying with you here?
No, that's staying with me forever. So everybody who passes upon me got to pay.
Dog. This dude said that with a stone face, killer, sociopathic mentality. Now, in Amon-Ra's case, he was drafted 112th. Luther Burden just 39th. But Amon-Ra, up until this point, can name all 16 receivers that were drafted before him. He holds that chip on his shoulder. It's something that fuels him every day. Nothing's ever good enough, right? He was slighted. He's jaded. And that's the type of demon the Chicago Bears drafted with Luther Burden. And that's the type of demon Ben Johnson gets to mold just like he did Amon-Ra. I love this dude's demeanor. It's just refreshing. It's refreshing to see somebody step up to the mic that isn't media trained, that isn't polished when it comes to communication. He's just up there saying what he feels. When he got drafted, the dude was pissed. Not to be drafted by the Bears, but because he wasn't drafted by everybody else ahead of them. The whole league that passed up on him for reasons who knows why. Some of them range from character concerns, but can you blame him? Have you seen where he grew up and the humble beginnings he came from? He talked about his uncle dying on the street he grew up on. This dude is cut from a different cloth, and he's going to be lining up for the Chicago Bears with an edge, with a chip on his shoulder, and with a grudge against the entire NFL. And I loved when he got drafted and Ben Johnson talking to Luther Burden saying,
"Sir,
he said we're getting a dog. Is that what we're getting?
that's me.
I
That's
know.
who I am."
I know.
Luther Burden just stone-faced. I'm a dog. That's who I am. Dude, as if I wasn't thrilled enough already that he fell to us and we got him. This guy is so ready to turn up and prove everybody wrong. Whether it was concerns about his versatility and him playing more in the slot and not necessarily spread out. Maybe teams opted for a receiver that wasn't viewed as just a slot guy. Then there were concerns about his route running and him giving up on routes at the end of plays when he knew the ball wasn't going to him that showed up on film. There's also the factor of him coming into his last year and teams queuing on him, teams knowing that he's the one difference maker on the field for Mizzou. All of these combined into a cocktail created a subpar final year. He was almost universally considered a first-round talent at worst. Some people even had him as their top 15, 20 players available. He fell all the way to 39. What I say is one man's trash is another man's treasure. If you viewed him as only a slot guy, welcome to Chicago. We need that. We need you. Rome and DJ can play on the outside. They can also switch inside. Now we've got Colston Loveland who can also play slot. We've got so much positional versatility between our receiving core that Luther Burden is going to be none other than a motherfucking weapon used in whatever capacity Ben sees him as valuable. He's going to be playing all over the field. And I'm glad we've got this serious, angry, jaded, vitriolic type of player coming to Chicago because I want all of that on display on Sundays. Bear down, baby.